Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do your February 2020 general tarot forecast. This is for Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, and Virgo Rising signs. I hope that you're enjoying your bi-weeklies. I just began them for February. You can look forward to the end of the month bi-weekly. And I upload a free daily tarot reading on my Instagram every single day. So make sure you follow Radical Angel 33. Let's see what's in store for you, Virgo. Virgo, February 2020. Nothing's flipping over. We'll see if anything does, but we'll try to get right into the reading here. So I'm going to be doing quite an extended reading for you. As you can see by the time on the video, we're looking at a pretty in-depth Celtic cross, and then we're going to qualify the Celtic cross with another tarot deck, in addition to your 4 oracle cards to wrap up your reading. It's just for Virgo, February. Something having to do with your home. Your home may be central to you this month. A cozy home. And a little bit of a broken heart. We'll see what's going on there, guys. All right, folks. So as I always do, I'm going to lift all of the cards directly up to the camera for you so you get a really good feel for what we're looking at here. Always love to see an Ace of Cups. All right, so just from first glance, it looks like there's a little bit of work ahead, a little bit of effort, nothing that you didn't anticipate necessarily, but something may not be coming through exactly as you had wanted it to or expected it to. So underneath the deck, I do have the 3 cards from at the bottom of the deck, and this is really just sort of an overall energy behind the scenes here of what we're going to look at step by step for you. The first card there, as you can see, is the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a really nice, wealthy, cozy legacy card. This is children, grandchildren, grandparents, and parents. You know, this is assets. This is... And it's really cozy. This is like a legacy card. This is... financial security in a nutshell. And then beneath that, we have the Page of Cups, and of course, underneath that, the High Priestess. So a really potent energy here. The High Priestess, I think, is one of the most potent energy cards in the entire tarot deck. So we're dealing with the feminine mystique. We're looking at intuition as opposed to action. This is receptivity versus action, right? It's the yang to the yin. This is really powerful intuitive energy, and it sits right under the Page of Cups, which is a really nice gentle sign, a really gentle message. This could be someone who's a little bit insecure, a little bit shy. But really nice ultimately to have these 3 together, frankly. This is being able to be receptive to a loving message that could fulfill a really important need having to do with stability or the home or, you know, financial, I would say happiness or stability. So let's see what's going on here. The card representing you, and Virgo, I've been seeing this quite a bit, believe it or not. Justice is showing up to represent the person I'm reading for in almost every reading so far for the month. So something hangs in the balance here, guys. Something It's very, very important to you or someone else. I know the author made this the strength card. It's regrettable. It's not strength, it's justice. But it is ruled by Leo, so maybe that was some of the confusion for the artist. Nonetheless, we are looking at justice. Something needs to be balanced. Something needs to be settled. It could even be a karmic debt at this time. If this is a court or legal issue, it looks like something, like I said, right, by the beginning of the month anyway, but within the first 5 to 7 days, something may not exactly come through the way you want it to. There does look like there's a tiny bit of a disappointment here. There is maybe a little bit of a loss. We know that this could be for outcome, something that you were waiting for and intuiting here. But it doesn't mean it's going to last. I do find anything under a 6 in the minor arcana is pretty malleable. This is something that you can fix. This is something that you have a lot of control over. So it could be that your attitude at this time could be more important than what is actually happening. So just keep that in mind. At the root or at the foundation of the situation for you, it is a general reading. For a personal reading, contact me for any questions you have. Otherwise, this is for potentially thousands of people. So use the information that you see fit. Disregard what doesn't work for you. So at the foundation here, we have a really gorgeous Capricorn ruled Queen of Pentacles. This is 10th house ruled. This really matches here, the 10 of Pentacles. So again, we're looking at now sort of our social status, right? This could even be marital status. Like I said, maybe you were waiting for, just throwing this out there, maybe you're waiting for a proposal of some sort or something coming through, you know, you had discussed something was, you thought you were heading in a specific direction and it really doesn't seem to be going that way right now. It doesn't mean it never will. But it means that there could be a little bit of a hold up here. There does seem to be some effort involved later in the month, and we'll see why. But there's a lot of love present. It's not like you guys are without love. It's just that something may not come through exactly as you had, you know, anticipated or even intuited. I would really rely on yourself, like create a sense of well-being around self-reliance at this time, just because we know that this is, you know, she's very family orientated, but the Queen of Pentacles is still, this woman or person really is independent. She just happens to have a family. She just happens to make that important to her. So this is a really independent, practical, down-to-earth energy. This person works very well with children and family matters and could very well have a green thumb or be interested in the, I would say, you know, gardening or culinary arts even. So in our recent past, here is our gorgeous Ace of Cups. So this is talking about a pure love. There's definitely a purity here. There's definitely a purity and a real kind of communication, you know, offering. This could be a new discovery. But this is going to be felt likely at the very, very beginning of February here. But it's beautiful to go into the month with this. And if for nothing else, Virgo, this is something that you carry for yourself. Like your cup is full. And I think that's the best way to sort of go about the rest of the month, no matter what comes your way type thing. You know, even if you feel or intuit that this is a karmic debt or a karmic situation, or something out of your control somehow, how you deal with it emotionally and practically is your power, right? And then things will settle in the way that they're supposed to settle, but your attitude and your character could be tested the first 2 weeks of the month. Here we have crowning you. So here is the Devil card, right? So this is another Capricorn related card. Yeah, family is going to be a major component. Social status and public image could be major components. There could be addictions. There could be obsessions. There could be self-imposed hurdles here. You know, the Devil card really can talk about bondage, not necessarily sexual, but a sense of being bound to something on earth, right? Because it's in, well, Capricorn's an earth sign, right? And this is ruled by Capricorn. So, we do have a lot of this energy here. So investments, long-term outcomes, possibly proposals. possibly an issue having to do with the father. There could be paternal issues here as well. This is a paternal card. There's a seriousness that goes along with this, I find as well. I mean, a lot of people find that Pan, you know, one of the characters that rules, you know, in mythology, one of the original devil characters is Pan. You know, there's a sense of, live as if there's no tomorrow type thing. So that could be part of this as well. There could be, a throwing caution to the wind type situation here, or something that you hadn't planned for, or something that you were told or you were hoping was going to work out a certain way. And it's like things could be, reality could be sort of smacking you in the face type thing here as well. It could have to do with job or career, and it could very well have to do with your health as well. But the author chose temptation to write about the devil, so it could be something as simple as a temptation or addiction or obsession as well. I would suggest, just because in my own life when I read for myself, and certainly when I'm doing my dailies, I mean, depending on what it's around, right? There's a way that you can use this to your advantage. Remember, Capricorn's keyword is I use. So not always a negative thing if you use it. So if you don't let, say, a temptation or an addiction or obsession use you, you could possibly flip the tables here and use this to your advantage somehow. So keep that in mind. In your near future, we're looking at judgment, right? So this is your calling. This is a second chance. This is perhaps a spiritual awakening. But again, something that hadn't worked out in the past, you do have a second chance, at least by the end of the second week here. And I do suggest that this is going to be your attitude about the situation. This is going to be a new way for you to deal with something, a new way for you to understand or actualize or even feel about something here. In the position representing how you are expressing yourself to the people around you, this is you. This is your energy. This is your card. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Really practical, down-to-earth energy. It can be, you know, accused of moving a little bit slowly, maybe not going fast enough. There could be, you know, holdups here as well. It's technically speaking slow moving energy, but the good thing about this energy is that it is built to last. There's something that's solid and practical and built to last here. I do want to remind you that it's mercurial energy. Mercury is your ruling planet, Virgo. So there's a lot of room to move here. There's a lot of room to test out the waters. You can try this, you can try that. So try not to, if you feel stuck in any of these situations, or you feel like you need options, you know, really look at some practical ways to do that. You can invent pros and cons list for issues. You can talk to a friend. Talking, communicating could be really important here. So consider some options for yourself in the way that you express yourself. But you're definitely expressing exactly as you are. You're not holding anything back. You're being forthright and honest, which is always appreciated. So here in the position that shows how other people are seeing you or viewing you at this time is the Ten of Wands. And this is really tired energy. This is, you know, when will this be over type energy. So you could really just need a break right now, to be honest with you. Whenever we look at wands, we are looking at worker energy in terms of, not worker as in a practical sense, but what you do at work, how you perform at work, work itself, career, that type of thing. So you could just be really overwhelmed right here, and other people are seeing that. If you need time off, I think it would be a wise thing to start that conversation early in February, guys, because, you know, by the time the second or third week of February rolls around, I mean, you're going to need this in place, right? So again, this is all in process of if you were to continue going the way that you're going. In the position of your hopes and fears is the Four of Pentacles. There is, for whatever reason, a sensation of not wanting to move, not wanting to change, liking things, or just dealing with things exactly as they are. There could be, again, for whatever reason, this inability to make an exciting plan for the future for some reason here, Virgo. So you could be feeling stuck as well. I really think creating some options for yourself, guys, would be a really nice way to get through this month, particularly the last 2 weeks of the month. And then your outcome, or a potential outcome, right? Because there is lots of ways to change this up if you change what you're doing now. But if you're going the way you're going, it looks like a possible outcome could be the 9 of Wands. And this is really intense worker energy. So this is soldier, like the wounded soldier, right? This is really feeling stressed out. This is really in combination with how other people are seeing you. You could just be worked to the bone here. You could be trying to help someone else out, or give too much, or make up for lost income or money or expenditures at this time, and be pushing yourself in a really unhealthy way. So as I said, I would really suggest, if you feel like you've been sort of, you know, at a low boil, or you do need a break, even if it's not like a week off or something like that, like maybe it's just shorter work weeks. Maybe it is putting a little bit more effort and attention into what it is that you would like to do for work. That's another option. Let's get another layer on this spread for you and get a little bit more in depth here. Let's qualify this Celtic cross for Virgo. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of potential. Honest to God, this one flew out, so I'm going to read it. Yeah, you have a lot of options, guys. You have a lot of options, and for one reason or another, you're either refusing to or unable for some reason to look at this in a real practical way for yourself. It's almost like you kind of know what might set you free or make you happy, but there could be a very real unwillingness to do that. Again, it just could be comfort. It can be fear of the unknown, which is common, but it could be a situation here for you, Virgo, as well, where, you know, the discomfort of being in where you aren't supposed to be has to be stronger than the fear of taking a chance. I see a lot of wands here for you. The sun is here for you. Judgment is coming out twice for you. And we have we have 2 9s, like the most difficult 9s at the end of your spread here. So let's just get into it. So here, these are the cards referencing the bottom cards of the deck. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Swords, sort of attaching themselves to these cards